In the name of Amen, the Supreme, the All-Powerful, the one and only true God, and Amen we trust as the Republic of MENTELLECT, the true 144,000 is being gathered in this day and time, especially in this day and time. I am your host, the intellectual Nuben MENKARAYZZ. This is MENTELLECT Radio, and tonight we're going to be speaking on why Donald Trump was really elected as president and who is the chairman of America. In order for a president to be selected or elected, the president has to be selected first and then elected. It's a selection process that goes on. You're not going to randomly have people who are just going to want to run for president. A president has to be selected. And once the president is selected, the president is elected, right? Whether by electoral votes, popular vote. But the president has to meet certain criteria. They have to be born in this country, right? They have to, I guess not have a felony record, criminal record, things of that nature, But they also have to be sponsored by the elite, the people that really run this country, the big money interests that run this country, the ones who's been bankrolling this country and other countries for hundreds and hundreds of years, right? I'm going to speak about these people and how America is merely nothing but a corporation in which these people sit on the board of directors over the Congress, over the Senate, over the president. Because the people that control the money, they're the ones that control the country. They control the nation. The people that control the money are the people that control the nation. Your vote don't matter. Your vote don't count. So you people could have sat y'all asses down. It really wouldn't have mattered. I'm going to tell you why Donald Trump became president. Now, I know I was saying in this broadcast, Hillary's going to be the president. Hillary's going to be the president. I kept saying Hillary's going to be the president, and that was true. She was going to be the president. But they had to make a sudden switch. They had to make a sudden change. The reason why they had to make a sudden change from Hillary Clinton being president and they had to go with Donald Trump, I'm talking about the elite, the Illuminati, the sacred society that really controls this country and other countries and other governments who controls the banking. The reason why they went with Donald Trump is because Hillary Clinton fell out. When she came to New York, I think when she was in New York, she fell out. Right? She's sick. They're not going to bring it out yet. They might bring it out, they may not, but she's sick. She's physically sick. And she is not fit because she is physically sick to assume the office. They were going to go with Hillary Clinton. She was going to be the first woman president. Right? But when she fell out, she probably went and got an exam and they told her she's sick. And then if you notice, right afterward, Donald Trump said, I'm healthy, I'm real healthy, I'm healthy. All right? Now, Donald Trump, being a businessman, billionaire, right? Hillary Clinton being a lawyer, right? She if she were the one being the first woman president, would have had to make some or be in the forefront of making certain decisions, right? I said in my post, I said it makes sense now in the mid-change that the elite decided to go with Donald Trump because they need a person that's going to take this country into war. They need a person that's going to take this country into war, right? And Hillary Clinton wasn't the one to do it, especially now that she's sick. She wasn't the one to do it. I don't care how much you talk about women's lib and things like that. No men in any standing army, especially this one like in America, no man in a standing army is going to really look at a woman as an authority figure to take them into war. They're about to go into World War III soon. They've already started in the Middle East. And they need a strong voice, someone who's pushing the America again, because Donald Trump said the key thing that lets you know what he's about to do, take the country into war. He said we're going to make America great again. What does that really mean? What that really means and how America became great is through war. America became great through war. America wasn't a real international power until after World War II. Prior to that time, America was like a third world country. You do know that. Do your history. America was like a third world country, and the fortunes that were made and the interests that were brokered for America after World War II made America a force to be reckoned with, an international power. Right? So now, if Donald Trump said, America's unslipped after, Vietnam, the Korean War, and all these things, America got their ass kicked in Vietnam. They didn't win that war. That showed you America's power was slipping. So how do you make America great again? You have to take them through a war. You have to take America through a war. America has to find new ground and new territory to conquer. They made that phrase, expand or die. Right? Expand or die. What pulled America out of the Great Depression? Somebody said about the Great Depression, World War II. World War II pulled everybody out of the Great Depression. So you're going to go into a recession, then a depression, then you have to go into a war. Right? You have to go into a war. The Arabs in the Middle East are sitting on all that oil that America's going to want after a while, along with Israel. And there's going to be a war for it. There has to be war in order for America to be great again, because that's what put America on top in the first place, World War II. And this has not changed. Hillary Clinton is not a wartime president. They're not going to look at any woman as a wartime president. Right? She would have been fine in peacetime, but obviously something happened where they have to make a grab for it right now. And for her to sit in presidency for 4 years, being sick like she is, passing out, they say, they tried to cover it up, she just, it was too hot, or whatever the case may be. If Hillary Clinton, let's say she got in office and she passed away or something happened to her where she couldn't deal with the day-to-day stress, because it's a stressful job, I'm pretty sure. You see where Barack Obama came into office with black hair, full of black hair. Within the 8 years, his hair was fully white. That's a stressful job. You understand? That is a stressful job. So you imagine a woman who's passing out over a little heat or whatever they say she's passing out over. Do you really think that she can handle that job? Do you really think those generals, those 5-star generals and those people in the military are going to take her seriously? These men are what you women would call chauvinists. They're not going to take her seriously. America has to be the face of terror in this new millennium. They have to be the new face of terror. They have to set it off here in different countries and make their presence known if they want to survive. And they picked the right person for it, Donald Trump. Donald Trump talked massive. He talked massive crap. He talked big, tough guy stuff. Always boisterous, loud. He's the right person. He came straight out of Central Casting. He's a white man with blonde hair, blue eyes, I guess. Billionaire. He came straight out of Central Casting. Right? He got all the racist rednecks and all of them to jump on board, jump on the bandwagon with him. And it was already set up that the elites would lead this country in that direction, into war. Right? Because out of the ruins, out of the ashes, will come a new society, a new movement. Right? Out of the ashes will come a new society, a new movement. So they have to use somebody like Donald Trump to take them in. He represents the Trump card. In the game, I forget what that card game is, where you pull the Trump card. The Trump card is the final card of the game. Donald Trump is the 45th. He is now considered to be the 45th president. 4 and 5 is 9. 4 and 5 equals 9. 9 means the end and a new beginning. A lot of people are going to be slaughtered in World War III. He has to take them into it. A lot of you so-called white people, you rednecks and all you people that voted for him, you white supremacists, he's going to send you to the military too. So it's going to be race wars in the damn desert, right? When a lot of you homeboys who are smoking the weed on the damn corner, you guys was walking around with your pants hanging off your ass, you guys who are dropping out of school, you're going to be in the military. They're going to bring back the draft. Donald Trump will bring back the draft. You understand? Something's going to happen. He's not going to just, they didn't just pick him to just be in a peaceful time and everything's going to be peace. They could have let Hillary Clinton be the president for that. They didn't pick him for peace. They picked him for war. He's a wartime president. That means war is on the horizon. They're not going to take no woman seriously, especially a sick one. Because if Hillary Clinton, like I said, if she passes on, she dies, or she gets sick and she can't complete her term, this guy that she picked to be her vice president, he would have become the president. And that guy, like I said, I don't care what nobody says. I think he's a homosexual. I don't care what nobody say. He married and everything else, but he's kind of light in the loafers. Nobody's going to take him seriously. Okay? When you got people putting their life on the line, you need a guy like Donald Trump who's going to gas you up. Men need to feel as though they're being led into battle by somebody who could be in the battlefield with them, somebody who could be right out there in front with them. They need somebody like Donald Trump. Nobody's going to take Hillary Clinton seriously. Like I said, it would have been fine if you were in a time of peace and, and that America wouldn't fight nobody. Then she could have been the president. But obviously they got that call. They said they got to move on something. They got to stabilize something. They need more troops. They need the draft board back. They need more recruitment. They need somebody to bring balls back to America, as they say. Make America great again. War is the only way that's going to happen. It's not going to happen any other way. They decided, the elites decided to go with Donald Trump. They decided to go with him in mid frame. Because how you know Hillary Clinton thought she was going to win is because if she didn't think she was going to win, she wouldn't have did it a second time. They promised her the seat the second time around after Barack Obama. But they told her, listen, you sick. You can't have the job. You're sick. We're about to make another move. And so she lost the job. It was already decided by the elites. It didn't matter who voted for who. Don't believe that nonsense about the popular vote and all this other stuff. Because how you know that and how you know these elections are rigged and fixed and people are deciding from higher levels is when Donald Trump and all these people will tell you, oh, the election was fixed, it was stolen. How can an election be fixed and stolen? I don't care how many people you force back to not vote and stuff like that. They're saying, oh, they were pushing people back not to vote and whatnot. It don't matter. It does not matter. The elites, the ones who sit on top of this, the ones that control the money, control the politics. They pick the politicians. They pick the politicians. You don't pick anybody. They make it seem like that because they want you to believe that your vote matters in this electoral process, but it doesn't. It doesn't. These people, whether it's been Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, they're going to follow exactly what the elites tell them to do. The ones who control the money. And if they don't, because you only had 2 instances where this happened, where your so-called presidents didn't follow the orders of the elite, the people that control this money. Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy. Those are the 2 presidents that did call themselves not following the elites, not following what they was told, not obeying the chairman of America, not obeying the chairmen. They decided not to follow. Lincoln, when he tried to come with the Lincoln Greenbacks during the war with the Civil War, when they had the Civil War, and he tried to come with the Lincoln Greenbacks when the Illuminati was going to stop backing him, he wanted to come and start printing his own money. They gave him a Lincoln Special. They gave him a Lincoln Continental, straight to the dome, with John Wilkes Booth. Right? They blew his wig out. They gave John F. Kennedy a blowout as well. Right in the head. Notice that. That's all symbolic. When they shoot you in the head, because they could have shot him in his chest, they could have shot him in his back, they could have shot him anywhere, shot him in his throat, but they got up and they shot him in his head. John F. Kennedy got shot in the head. Same thing with Lincoln. Because that's where your ideas is. That's a sign that if you call yourself trying to think for yourself or get any bright ideas and go off of the script of the elite, you're going to get a blowout. You're going to get a mental blowout. They're going to put your brains out of your head. This is all done purposely. These are all signs. These are all signs. Kennedy got the same thing. Ronald Reagan got a warning shot. He got a warning. Right? He got a warning. So they know what it is. They know exactly what it is. Donald Trump is the war president. He's going to be the war president. I told you before, the fate of the so-called black man in America, you're going to be either in prison, in the privatized prison, because that's all business. That's all business. You're either going to be in the privatized prisons, or you're going to be in the middle of the desert fighting. You're not going to be in these streets doing nothing. You're not going to be hanging out, gang banging no more. That's going to come to an end. You're either going to be in the military fighting, or you're going to be locked up in jail in the private prison. You understand that? That's your fate, black man. That's your fate here in America if you don't get your ass together, man. If you don't get your ass together, that's your fate. A lot of you so-called black men, you drifting in America, man. You just smoking weed, hanging out, being a nigga. The same thing with your woman. They drifting with you, listening to Lil Wayne. That's about to come to an end, man. You know, the nigga times is over with. You gonna bring back the draft. You understand? You gonna be in the military. Ain't no saying no. Or you gonna be locked up in jail. So either you gonna be in the military or you gonna go to jail. You either gonna be in the military or you going to jail. You Bloods and you Crips, you gonna be in the military too. Or locked up in jail working. You gonna be serving this nation one way or the other. One way or the other, you're going to be serving this nation. You understand that? You, like I said, you so-called white trash that voted for Donald Trump. Your son's going in the military too. He don't care about y'all. You white supremacists, you white trash in down south areas, you going too. He don't care about you. Donald Trump was shipping out a lot of the stuff he was doing here. He was sending it to other countries, to China, Japan, and things like that, and Asian countries to get made. Don't care about no America. This is a business. America is a business. You understand? And he's looking at America as a president. He's running a business. You understand? He's running a business. That's what he's thinking about. America is a business to him. It is nothing but another business. It's a business venture to him. That's how he sees it. That's how he's going to do war. That's how he's going to do recruitment. Everything is business. That's how he's going to do the prison system, everything. You want to talk about, it's no better time than now for our people to start coming together. That's why the Republican MENTELLECT and the bright race, the 144,000 have to be risen up. This is exactly why. This is exactly why in this day and time the elite or the elect have to come together, because the elite, they line up all the ducks in a row, man. I'm not sad. I'm actually happy Donald Trump is the president. I'm actually happy. I'm happy he's the president. I'm glad Donald Trump is the president. I'm glad the Illuminati, the elite, picked him as to be the president. He's the right guy for the job. He is exactly the right job. See, because, you know, Hillary Clinton would have smiled in your face and still put the knife in your back, but at least Donald Trump, I tell you, I don't like you niggas. I don't like you wetbacks, you spicks. I don't like you. I don't like you towel heads. He's going to tell you that. You understand? He's going to tell you that. I respect that more than anything. I respect that more than anything. You understand? I respect that more than anything. He'll say that. He'll come out. We're going to build a wall to keep you damn Mexicans out. You understand? He'll say that. He'll be about that. You understand? Hillary Clinton, she'll smile like, oh, she'll just use different language. She'll just use different language. He might like take a page from Hillary Clinton and pick up the abortion clinic thing as well. With Margaret Sanger program, he might do it just as well. You understand that? This is all real. I put on my page, I said, Dr. York wrote a book over 20 years ago called Leviathan 666, right? Leviathan 666. I put the book on my wall, on my page on Facebook. 666 Leviathan, the beast as the Antichrist, right? And in the front, the person he got representing America is a white man with blonde hair, blue eyes. Looks just like Donald Trump. Now, how did Dr. York know that over 20 years ago? How did he know that? It wasn't no blonde-haired, blue-eyed guys back then running for no president. You understand? How did he know that? Dr. York must have seen something. He saw a vision over 20 years ago. Now we here in 2016. Now you got Donald Trump. And what was Dr. York's favorite number? The number 9. What is 4 and 5? 4 and 5 equals 9. Donald Trump is the 45th president. This is the end. And a new beginning. This is why the elect have to be risen in this day and time. He's going to clear the way. He's going to clear the way. The almond beings are using Donald Trump. They're using him. They're using the elite to clear the way. He's going to get rid of the degenerates. The degenerate Negroes he's going to get rid of. So don't step here and talk about Donald Trump is evil. He ain't evil. He's necessary. He's going to help clean things up. He's going to get a lot of the homeboys who want to sit around, smoke weed, and be degenerate niggas. He's going to get you off the street, man. He got a place for you. He got jail or the army for you, man. He's going to get you skinheads and racists that you think, you sitting around doing whatever. You're going to be in the military, too. Donald Trump just used you, white trash. He used you. He don't care about you. You think your white skin going to protect you? You ain't nothing but a nigga to Donald Trump. You white supremacist. You ain't nothing but a bunch of white niggas to Donald Trump, man. He just used y'all, man. Don't care about you. See if he put some Trump businesses down there for y'all to work in. He'll send his businesses out to damn Asia somewhere before he give y'all some goddamn jobs. See if he set up a factory and employ y'all. Y'all already served y'all purpose, which was to vote for him, and that was it, man. That was it. He gonna treat y'all like niggas too, because he's about business. He's about business. At the end of the day, he might be racist. That's fine. You can be racist all you want to. I'm racist too. I don't like black people or white people or humans for that matter. I don't like the human race. They all need a goddamn upgrade mentally. I don't like none of y'all except my bright race, the Mentelian Ammonites, the God race. And this devil, he's going to make way for the elect to come up. That's why we raising the elect. You Negroes who want to stay in the world and still chase after money, chase after stupid-ass hip-hop, you niggas are going to be destroyed, man. You're going to be destroyed. Donald Trump programs are going to be targeting you niggas in the hood, man. Y'all finished. Hell Almond. You understand that? You Wiggers, y'all finished too, man. He's just going to finish off the black ones faster. We in the day of change, man. We in the day of change. See, because now, you people that thought it was a joke, you thought it was sweet, you little Wayneites, you Nicki Minajites that was running around here listening to all that simple-minded music, them days, you going to have to pay attention for real in this society now about what's going to happen. You going to pay attention for real. You going to be paying attention for real. You guys that was nodding out smoking that blunt, you guys going to be putting the blunt down. Well, no, you're going to start smoking more. You know what I mean? Of course, because Donald Trump gonna make sure the cigarette companies got the right to sell marijuana cigarettes, and they're gonna be laced with all kind of poison. So you black men, y'all gonna have all the weeds you want to smoke out there in the Middle East, everything. A lot of you gonna be living out there. He's already making plans for the future. The elites have already made plans for the future America, man, and the transition of the future America. They already made plans for it. They're already clearing the way. They're clearing the way for a new world, a new society. They're clearing the way. It's got to get worse before it gets better. They're clearing the way for the world of Amen to come on earth. They're clearing the way. Hail Amen. Hail us. The elite are clearing the way for the elect. The elite are clearing the way for the elect. The elect are going to be the chosen ones who are going to stay mentally in alignment as the bright race. That's why we had to move out of the black race. The elect are going to stay in alignment. They're going to realize everything I've been saying is going to come true more and more. Why we had to separate, why we had to come together, why we had to take ourselves out of harm's way. The ones who are going to survive this and be strong, mind, body, and soul, the ones who are going to survive this, to come. Making America great again. Making America great again. Making America great again. That's code word for war. People kept saying, oh, that's code word for, they're going to start getting down on black people here in the society. Yeah, that's one thing, you degenerates. They're going to get down on you. They're going to get down on you. A lot of so-called black people voted for Donald Trump. A lot of you entertainers, y'all voted for Donald Trump because you don't feel like you're going to be affected. And 9 times out of 10, you Negroes with money, y'all be okay. Some of you will be okay. But when you under that Negro mentality, you won't be okay. You won't. Your money's not going to save you. Your money's not going to save you. Because you move like individuals. Those of you who are under that vibration of the black race or the African American, y'all finished, man. Donald Trump has a zero in. He's zeroing in on the so-called African Americans, along with other people. Why? Because the so-called African American has this idea in his head that America owes him something. That America owes them something. They got this idea in their head. That's why we say we're not part of the whole African American experience. We're not. We're not buying into it as the bright race, as the Mentelian Ammonites. We have evolved and moved on. See, those of you who are of the black thing, you in the crosshairs of Donald Trump, along with the other races, the Mexicans, the Arabs, all these people. He cares more about who he can utilize more than your race, more than anything. You serve no purpose. And I told you, people, if you are not a community, you don't serve no purpose. Because they look at the fact that if you're not a community, that means as individuals, you're going to be leaning on the system. That's how they see that. And they want more and more of you off the damn system. That means you black women, you got to say goodbye to your WIC, black woman. Say goodbye to your WIC. Say goodbye to your Section 8. Say goodbye to your welfare and your whatever else you getting. Say goodbye to it. Say goodbye to your welfare card. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to your crazy checks that you was getting for your kids. Say goodbye to all of that. They slash. Like I said, Donald Trump is a businessman, and he's all about cutting the fat, trimming the fat. And when they say trimming the fat, that's code word for cutting you Negro services off, man. That's what that means. Say goodbye to your unemployment that you've been on for like a year and a half, 2 years, but they're going to cut it down. Say goodbye to all of that. All this is coming. Tightening the belt. He's going to run America like a tight ship, like a real business, like a real enterprise as it was meant to be run. Why? Because the chairman of America told him to. And who is the chairman of America? The Rothschilds. The old man, the one who's the head of the Rothschilds, I forget what his name is. I think it's David or whatever. The Rothschilds, or the head Rothschild, the old man, He's the chairman of America. He probably parceled it out to one of his kids. They put them as the chairman. There's always a chairman over the president. And I told you America is a business. And the states represent different divisions of this corporation. The states, the different states you live in represent different divisions of the corporation called America. Okay? They represent different divisions. Yeah. Evelyn D. Rothschild. Thank you. Evelyn. Or Evelyn. Right? That's whoever the oldest one is, that's the chairman of America. He's the one that Donald Trump is going to be taking his orders from. Well, not even talking, because they look down on Donald Trump. He'll pass the order down, and he'll go through a few lieutenants, and it'll go to Donald Trump. You know how you know that? Michael Moore brought this out in one of his documentary films, right, where Ronald Reagan was talking. I never forget this. Ronald Reagan was talking. Look in one of his films, right, Michael Moore, where he said Ronald Reagan was talking, and one of the heads of a corporation, they don't know who this guy is, I forget who he is, he told Ronald Reagan to hurry up, speed it up. Now, how is it that a guy from a corporation, probably was one of the Rothschilds or one of the Illuminati top lieutenants, because they over the president, told him, yo, how is this guy who's in a businessman going to tell the president, who's supposed to be the head of all of America, hurry up, speed it up? And Ronald Reagan's like, oh, okay. Go watch that document. I think it was the thing about big business, whatever documentary he did on business. And he pointed out, how is it got a guy who's the head of a company going to tell the president to hurry up and get off the thing and like speed it up when he was making a speech? That shows you who's in control, who's in charge. Right? That shows you who's really in charge. That shows you who runs this. The money always runs everything. You understand? The money runs the country. These people that run the INF, the international IMF, the International Monetary Fund, which controls the Federal Reserve. These people run this country. Corporations run this country. The elite, the Bilderbergs, they run this country. They pick your president. They select them. They say who could run for president, and they say who's going to be the president. So just when you think, oh, my popular vote, man, your vote don't matter. Their vote don't matter. Whoever they give you to pick from, still their choice anyway, and they're going to let win whoever they want to win. You really think they're going to put somebody in office that might go against what they trying to set forward and keep going? You really think that? They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They're not going to put anybody in any position that's going to go against what they are doing. That would be stupid. If you can play a game, if you can go to Las Vegas and play a game, and you know the game is rigged in your favor, you're gonna keep playing that game, right? You ain't gonna go to no game and gamble, and can possibly lose everything. You ain't gonna do that. You want the game rigged in your favor. They want that IMF and they want the Federal Reserve. They want that up running. They don't want no president that might come and say, hey, we're not doing any more Federal Reserve notes. We're going to go on to a whole other system that we're going to run. It's going to be under America. No more private-owned bank. Everything's going to be under America. Hell no. Hell to the no. That won't happen. That won't happen. Because if that ever did happen, like I said, you already know what's going to end up happening to that president. You could look at Barack Obama and tell he was terrified for 8 years. That's why his hair went white like that. That nigga was scared for 8 years. Yeah, he had to watch what he say. Don't say this. Don't say that. Watch your mouth. He had to watch what he said literally for 8 years. He had to probably be around these people and see what they was telling him to do and have to find out what was going to happen and whatnot, the orders he was given. And he probably was like, he probably had, got somewhat of a soul in him. He probably was like, damn, man, I got to do this. I got to tell people that. I got to, do like black people like this. They said, well, if you don't, you know what's going to happen. Remember the other guys who didn't want to do what we said? And he's like, okay. His hair went white. That's stress and that's fear, man. Hillary Clinton probably would have never survived. She wouldn't have survived no 4 years of doing that job. She wouldn't have survived that. She's sick. She wouldn't have survived it. You understand that? They want somebody who's in perfect health. Someone who looks strong, prosperous, white, right? Blonde hair, right? He has the look. He has the look. Maybe in peace times, Hillary, they would have took you in peace times if they didn't plan on making a quick switch. Because it happened in mid-switch. Everything. They had to throw everything in the dry. Because you notice, they put all these hip-hop Negroes behind Hillary Clinton. So they was really trying to go for Hillary Clinton. They wanted black people behind Hillary Clinton. But then they said, oh, we got to do something else. We got to do a switch. Because no matter whether it was Democrat or Republican, no matter who they would have selected, these presidents, they was going to still do what they told them to do, what the elites told them to do, what the chairman told them to do. They were going to still follow orders. That's how that works. They were going to still follow orders. That's how that works. People that ran to the voters booth, you thought you was going to get a good deal with Hillary. You actually going to get a better deal with Donald Trump. And why I said it is because at least Donald Trump will tell you the truth. He'll tell you the truth. Hillary Clinton will smile in your face. You simple-minded black women that ran over there and was voting for her and whatnot. Like my sister, she ran out there and voted for Hillary Clinton. I'm like, why you even waste your time with this nonsense, man? Y'all start really falling for this stuff. You really believe this crap. You really get it. Y'all really get into this. You really put your energy into this. See, and this is all meant to be nothing but distractions. This is all nothing but distractions. Because, see, our people don't want to get themselves together, come together collectively, and start being groomed as the elect. We rather worry about what the elite are doing. We rather worry about what they do in this society. Like I said, this society has nothing for you. This society ain't about you. You're supposed to be getting yourself ready for the new change that's coming, man. The change that we're going through. Our people supposed to be getting together, lined up collectively as that elect people, the 144,000, because that's very real. But see, what a lot of our people, they can't see it. They think that, we just going to keep going on with this thing, with the presidency, the setup the way it is. It's not going to continue like this. It's not going to continue. Our people think it's a joke. They like, oh, yeah, he's talking about the elect 144. No, man. All societies come to an end after a while. We deep dish in it. Like I told you, there's no more there's no more decency in America no more. Homosexuals, lesbians, trannies, all kind of stuff. This is allowed to take place. Then RuPaul said Donald Trump felt up on him. I don't know how true it is, but anytime you got a homosexual coming forward saying that the damn president elect or the president-select done felt up on him. So what does that say about Donald Trump? This is what you're dealing with. You would have never had nobody say nothing like that 20, 30 years ago about these presidents. Nobody even take the office seriously no more. They don't even take the office seriously no more. It's just a series of games and distractions and degeneracy. That's all it is. It's just a series of games and distractions and degeneracy. These people, the same people who are the chairmen of America, are the same people who are the chairman of England. They the chairman of Israel. They the chairman of all of this, man. They're nothing but a big corporation, a planetary corporation that wants control of all resources on the planet from every country. That's all it is. These people are a planetary corporation. The elites, they are a planetary corporation, and they want control of every single ounce or bit of resources on the planet, be it oil, be it water, be it rubber, be it whatever, gold, silver, whatever it is, they want control of it. They want to set the markets, they want to set the money. So like I said, so of course they got to control the government. They got to control the government. They got to structure it all like a corporation, a planetary corporation. You understand that? They got to be on some get down and lay down mindset. They got that get down and lay down mindset. Get down and lay down. That's what the mindset they have. The get down and lay down mindset. But after a while, they're going to get down or lay down as well. They're going to have to be told to get down and lay down too by the will of Amen. Them Amen being, they're going to tell them to get down and lay down. Because everything they doing is by the will of Amen, man. I tell you that. Not like y'all don't think that. Y'all think the white man doing this on his own. They not doing this on their own. They not. They haven't been doing it on their own since they came into power. Just like we wasn't doing it on our own when we was in power. There's always a higher power that's controlling this, man. And y'all don't think this is real. It's very real. They not in control of nothing. You understand? They in charge, but they not in control. There's a difference. Being in charge of something don't mean you in control of nothing. The Amen being, the Amen, they in control. The white man is in charge for now. For now. This is real. Pay attention. These people have already focused on the next millennium, man. They thinking they already 50 years ahead, man. They already 50 years ahead. They're already 50-something years ahead. They already got it. They already rebooting America, man. Just like they're gonna reboot England, they're gonna reboot all these societies, man. They're gonna have them all looking the same. You're not gonna know one society from the next. That's why when that wall came down in Russia and all, what was it, Germany or Russia? I forget where the wall came down at. You know, they was letting you know that now you can just go to Russia, right? You can go to Russia. You go to wherever you want to go. You can go wherever you want to go. Czech Republic. But the Chinese, they ain't gonna have that. The dragon. That's the last showdown. The dragon against the beast. The dragon against the beast. This is the showdown. You understand? Still got, like I said, China, Red China, and all them people. Like I said, they just like they got their hands on that military, on that on the nuclear capability and things like that. They got their hands on the button too, man. They got a billion man standing army. You understand that? So Donald Trump knows that in order to compete in markets, because this is about markets, in order to compete in markets, you got to strengthen up your military. You got to strengthen up your economy, right? You got to stop outsourcing your work. How are you going to stop outsourcing your work if most of your work is done in Asian countries? Let's say China takes hold of all them Asian countries and pushes America out and starts an embargo, right? Let's say they push America out of those Asian countries and starts an embargo and tell them we're not America. They tell China and all them countries they take over. They might take over Korea and all the countries in Asia. That means you ain't getting your Nike sneakers no more. You ain't getting the things that's made in Asia. They trying to outsource to India. But with the biggest outsource is going to become an in-source again. Because it was a time where America made all its own products. That's why they had that everything was made in America, made in America, made in America. That's going to happen again. Things is going to be made in America again. But guess who's going to be making it? Guess who's going to be making it? You people in prison. You're going to be making it. In the private prisons, you're going to be sewing the Nike sneakers. You're going to be making them computer chips in the Nike sneakers. And sewing pants. You women in the women's prison, you're gonna have a permanent job. You're gonna be seamstresses. You're gonna be taught how to sew. You understand? You're gonna be taught how to sew. You're not gonna be able to sit in jail no more, and they're gonna be taking care of you. You're gonna be performing some labor for 8 hours a day for your commissary. They're gonna treat prison like it's pretty much like it's a form of housing. They're going to treat prison like a form of housing. It's not going to seem like prison no more, but it is. You're going to be permanently housed, and you're going to have to get up, and you're going to have to go to work You're going to work in the factory, making pants, making jeans for whatever corporation shells out, or whatever company they put the contract out for to do. That's what the privatized prisons is about. That's what it's about bringing American-made stuff back, because they're not giving those jobs to Americans because y'all want too much money. They don't. That's not financially sensible. If you can get somebody to do the work for nothing or next to nothing, right? Then you would do that. That's why they shipped all the work over to Asia and India and the little countries like that. They give the heads of those countries a big bag of money, and next thing they building factories over there and they making the Nike sneakers and all that. But like I said, they're already anticipating there might come a time where they can't do that no more. So what they're going to do, like I said, they're going to have these people here making footballs, basketballs, Nike sneakers, running suits, whatever they can think of, is going to be done in the private prisons. Made in America. That's going to be made in America through prison labor. And the people that's out here, you might have a few that have jobs, but most of them going to be in the military. You understand that? This is real. This is all coming. I see it from a business standpoint. Donald Trump looking at it from a business standpoint. He wants you to look at America through a prison standpoint. Yeah, the Berlin Wall, the Cold War, the end of the Cold War. You understand? Yeah, in 89. That means that they were saying there was going to be no more boundaries, no more borders, that America was going everywhere. That's why they did that. That's why they did that. That they was going to be American influence in the elite was letting you know you're going to be able to go everywhere. Because they really want America to be the leader of all these nations again. They want America to be out in the forefront to lead all these nations. Because everybody wants to have this American mindset. Everybody wants to have this American mindset. So they really want America out front. That's why you can go to these different countries. You see McDonald's, Burger King, all American corporations. They want that mentality in these different countries. They want that in Saudi Arabia. They want the Arab girls with their asses out. They don't want you. They want them. They want all that. They want degeneracy there. They want pornography there. Right? Homosexuality. They want all that in these countries, man. They want all that degenerate behavior in these countries. Because, like I said, it's easier to control degenerates. You can control their vices. You understand that? They want all that here. Donald Trump is the leopard. He is. That's what Dr. York put on the book. He is the leopard in the book of Revelation. He is the leopard. That's why Dr. York put his face on the cover. And in the Revelation, that's him. Right? Leopard as in leprosy. Leopard as in leprosy. If you look at Donald Trump, he looks like he has leprosy. The leper. He has that blonde hair. He's at the final stages. He looks like he is at the final stages of leprosy. Dr. York broke that down about the lepers. They had that pale skin, blonde hair, blue eyes. That's your lepers. Donald Trump looks like a leper. Someone who has a grave illness or sickness, but it's in his genetic. He's sick. Not saying physically sick, but it's in his genetic where he learned to live with his sickness. That pale skin, that blonde hair, and blue eyes, that's recessive genetics. That's leper. Or the leopard. Leprosy. Spots. The leopard is covered with spots. Right? Just like leopards are covered with spots. Skin rashes. Right? The beast. This is why I tell you, like I said, pay attention to the revelation. It's very real. They say about a leper don't change his spots. Right? The saying about a leopard. So it's the same races that went into the office is the same races that's going to be in there. It didn't change, but that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. It's raw and uncut. He's raw and uncut. That's what this society needs. Like I said, the so-called black men and black women, you need a wake-up call. You know, what do they say? When I put on my page, I said, pride cometh before the fall. Pride cometh before the fall. Pride cometh before the fall. For 8 years, you niggas was proud in America, man. You niggas were proud in America for Barack Obama. You niggas were proud in America, man. You was proud. We got our black president. We got our black president. We got a black president. Oh, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Just like you niggas in Hollywood was that. Yes, we can. And he ain't doing a damn thing for you, man. Nothing. And that's good. But you was proud. You had your pride for 8 years. Now here comes the fall. Here comes the fall. Pride coming before the fall. The Trump card has been pulled. Like I used to say, you Negroes love to pull the race card. Now the white man done pull the Trump card. He done pull the Trump card. Game over. Game over. You in for it, man. You don't even see the little signs and signals of it. You don't see the signs and signals. Our people don't pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? Because the people, the majority of them are bugged out of their minds, man. They bugged out of their minds. But like I said, whether it had been Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, the same thing is going to go through the elites. They're going to still run it the same way. It was going to be run the same way. Hillary would have been slightly different. Hillary would have been slightly different. See, they was going to hold off probably on the war with her. They was going to probably let her do her term without having to go to war. She would have led up to it, but then somebody else would have came in and took over. She would have led up to it. You understand? They was only going to let her be a president if they was going to do 4 years with no war. You understand? But obviously they need to start making moves towards something. So they probably would, like I said, they figured, oh, we can't do this within the 4. We got to start making a move now. So they went with Trump. They went with him. They went exactly with the plan. And like I said, it's already in the bag already. The Trump card has been pulled. Your 45th president has been selected and elected. Change is on the horizon. Things got to get worse before they get better. The only people that's going to make the things better is the gathering of the elect in this day and time. The elect have to be gathered. I'm going to talk about that Friday night on how God's kingdom can be brought down on earth and why this is necessary in this day and time, why Amun's kingdom has to be brought down on earth. You understand that? Why does Amun's kingdom have to be brought down on earth? Because that's the only thing that's going to really regenerate this planet, man. Donald Trump ain't going to regenerate. He's going to destroy things here in order for regeneration to take place. You have to have destruction in order for reconstruction to take place, man. You have to have destruction. We'll be right back. This thing was going on with the so-called Indians, and I think it's still going on with them, where they're being moved on for their part of their land right now. Is this part of the way of taking America back? Because, like I said, in these areas where all these so-called minorities are comfortable, they want all this land back. Like, that's why Donald Trump kept talking about putting up a wall. He wanted to keep out the Mexicans and all this other stuff. And you black people that live down in the southern areas in North Carolina, South Carolina, and all these places where you live around white people, they voted for Donald Trump. These are the ones that smile in your face and all this other stuff. They voted for Donald Trump. Right? They want these lands back. That's why even here in New York, you see more and more white people moving up here. It's all like a land grab and things like that. So they moving in these areas. They coming amongst you, right? They coming amongst you, and they're not going to come friendly after a while. They're not going to be friendly to you. You're going to really start to see these people show their ass. You're going to see these white people, like I said, who voted for Trump, and now he got him in office because they couldn't stand the fact that Barack Obama, even though he did nothing but kiss their ass and kowtow to these people, he did nothing but serve these people for 8 years. They still didn't want to see his black face in office. Now they got one of their own, a real dyed-in-the-wool one, right? A real dyed-in-the-wool one. A real leper, right? The leopard, a real dyed-in-the-wool one with the spots. The leprous one. The recessive one. And he will raise up and he will clear off this society. He will get rid of the degenerates, right? He will get rid of the degenerates that Amin wants gone. I say hail Amin for Donald Trump. Hail Amin. See, because under him, a lot of people are going to get put away, done away with, a lot of the useless people, because things have to be cleared out for the elect to come forward, for a new bloodline, a new regeneration to come from this genetic pool of ours, this bright pool. This new bright seed has to come forward, but you have to get rid of the things that are here, the garbage, that cannot be moved forward. You have to put them someplace. You have to reorganize the system. This has to be done. War is the best way to get rid of your undesirables. War. When your population, and just like in anything, when when the people are becoming too, or when your areas are becoming too overpopulated, right? What do you got to do? People not dying fast enough. People not dying fast enough. People living too long. You got to figure out ways to feed people, keep the food source going. See, people don't think about stuff like that. You got to figure out, like I said, the population is increasing. People not dying fast enough. You know, a new way has to be made for this new generation of people that's coming. These new children that are being born. These Amin beings, the Amin are using people like Donald Trump and the elite to do that, to clear the way. A lot of y'all don't see it that way now, and a lot of people say, "Oh, how is brother gonna say that Donald Trump is evil? He evil. He evil." Right? And Hillary Clinton was good. It doesn't matter. No matter what they do, it's all gonna clear the way for something else. Whatever they destroy is gonna bring forward something new. They had to put Donald Trump in office because this represents the last stand for the Caucasians, of what you're calling the Caucasian race. This is the end. Before you go into this new generation of these mixed race people, the mulattoes, this new generation of people, this is the end. Before you go into this new phase and these new kind of people that are going to be walking on the planet. Right? And you have to have a stage set for that. You have to put people in a certain position. You have to make people feel uneasy. Right? You have to have people on their toes. You have to have people worried, afraid. Like I said, those of our people who are not doing the right thing, who are serving no purpose here, be afraid. Be very afraid. Like I said, America's going to be run like a corporation. America's going to be really, really, really run like a corporation for real now. See, America's been run like a falling down or fallen corporation. Now it's going to have to be run like a new corporation. So you bring in somebody who is used to running business to change things around, to shake things up, to make decisions, to put all useless people into useful positions. Right? You're going to see more workfare coming out, where you're going to see people working for their checks. Right? You're going to be told to do something. You're going to serve a purpose in this society. They're going to be asking people, well, what are you doing in these places where you guys might say be selling drugs somewhere, and you getting money, you trapping, like you Negroes say down south, you trapping and whatever you doing. They're going to ask you, well, where do you work at? Where's this income? They're going to get on you more and more. Where you working at? Where's your income at? Right? They're gonna be inquiring about that. And then if you can't provide nothing, you got that house, whatever the case may be, you're going to be told to get out of your house. You're going to be told to get out of your house. See, when they got that guy El Chapo, the Mexican drug dealer, that guy, damn near billionaire. He's a billionaire moving around with cash. They took him down because that represented the end of all of that money that was moving about, him representing cash money. liquid assets moving around, right? Doing all the things he was doing, that represented the end of that. He brought that to it. They by locking him up, see, he was a problem, right? He running around, he got access to cash money, not no credit, none of that, but cash money. That's a problem. Like I said, so if you start from the top, you know they're going to work their way down from the top to bottom. A lot of you guys out here who still selling drugs in 2016, still hustling, still trying to do that, that's going to come to an end, man. They need people in those private prisons, right? They need people they need slave labor, prison labor. But it's the same thing. Prison stock, slave stock, it's all bondage. Somebody got to be in there. Donald Trump is going to make sure that business flourishes. America will flourish as being a prison complex society. You're going to have whole areas and cities and whatnot, like they got in upstate New York, right? Where you got the prison systems that run it. It's going to give people jobs to work in the prison, right? It's going to have people, it's going to give the prisoners something to do. They're going to learn a so-called skill or a trade, making sneakers, sewing soccer balls, football. That's how a corporate person thinks. He puts all the useless people in the corporation to work. He makes them useful. A lot of you people in this society, black, white, and everything in between, you useless. So he's going to make you useful. That's his mentality. When George Bush said, we're not going to leave nobody behind, that means that they're going to make everybody useful. You're going to serve a purpose here, whether you like it or not. There ain't going to be no more slacking. There ain't going to be no more chilling. Hillary Clinton said she was going to get them super predators. Talking about you black men and black women. Well, you black men. You the super predators. Right? You the super predators, according to her. But y'all was hoping that she was going to get north. That she called you the super predators. She called your sons, your husbands, the ones who committing the crimes, called you the super predators. Right? So now, when you seen Barack Obama turn a blind eye to police brutality and you black men getting shot down, Donald Trump really ain't going to give a damn. He really ain't going to give a damn. You're going to see the police, they basically going to be told they got free reign. They're going to have free reign to do whatever. That'll bring about more marches, more outbursts, right? People going to start trying to fight back. They're going to get frustrated. While just here in New York, you had a white man walk up and he killed a white cop and shot a black cop, right? So, hey, maybe martial law is on the way, especially in a place like New York, where you have the military, the deployment of military troops and National Guard out, guarding the streets. You can't be out at a certain hour, right? Lockdown. So the corporation gets tighter. The corporation gets more focused on productivity. On productivity, the corporation gets more focused on, right? Because that's what it's about, turning America into a producer again. Turning America into a producer again. Outsourcing, or should I say insourcing work again, right? Insourcing work. Not having to depend on people, right, to ship goods and send things over here, right? This is all real. Our people have to understand that the only thing that will save them in these last days and times is community. I kept telling you about community, and people was like, oh, see, Nuben just want people to follow him and be under him and this and the third. No. I said that if this is not for the intelligent and the mature mind to understand the need for community, because the black race is still not going to see it. Black people are still not going to see it. I don't care how much Donald Trump talk about the Mexicans, the Arabs, and all these other people. I bet you he won't bother them before he bother black people. Why? Because again, these people are moving in the community. See, community means people who will take care of their own. I told you before, in this society is meant to be a community-based society. That's why when they talk about how all these immigrants came over here, they always refer to them as the Italian immigrants, the Irish immigrants, the whatever immigrants, the Polish immigrants, because they put them in ethnic groups, because those ethnic groups are supposed to be in these societies forming communities to care for, of, and by each other. Black people don't do that. Black people think like individuals. So like I said, the best people to make scapegoats out of, the best people to put your energy on and target is the individual people, because the individual people are considered to be the biggest threat to the economy of the country. They're considered to be the biggest threat. You understand that? They'll say, oh, if things go wrong when they're in their community, they're not going to look out after each other. They're going to be coming to our welfare offices. They're going to be coming to our WIC offices. They're going to be coming trying to get money out of us. Now, true, the Jews do that too in your Jewish neighborhoods. They do that to a lot of their women on welfare and things like that. But see, that's all part of the deals with Israel. That's all part of the deal with Israel. They'll give them the welfare, their women the welfare and all the WIC and stuff like that, and they'll call it something else. They'll call it something else. They won't refer to it as public assistance. They'll be calling it something else. Whether they call it community assistance, whatever, they'll call it something else. They just don't want to give it to you. They don't want to give it to you. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. When Dr. York and them started up their community, right, the Ansar Allah community, a lot of the sisters in the Ansar Allah community were on welfare. They were on welfare. And the government and them knew that, they knew that Dr. York and them was trying to set up a community. They knew that. But a lot of the sisters were getting welfare, and they would give their welfare to the community. Right? And they built up and got buildings off of that and stuff like that. Now you got to ask yourself, why didn't they come in on Dr. York and them when the sisters was collecting welfare, and the men was going out peddling and getting oil tables, selling books, and the women stayed home, took care of their children, and was getting welfare, just like the Jews, because they're more willing to build up a community, or at least at that time they were more willing to build up a community, because they knew eventually the community would get on its feet and they wouldn't be dependent on them anymore, rather than to constantly give money to individuals. It's better to give it to a community, a collective, if you're going to do that. All right? They don't want to keep doing that. They'd rather people be in the community. Like I said, black people will constantly get targeted because y'all don't stick together. Y'all not a community. They know that. That's why I said black people are their own worst enemies. You black people that don't want to be in community, you don't see no need for community. Oh, I'm my own leader, I'm my own God. Y'all in trouble, man. Y'all going to be the ones in trouble. You're going to be the ones in trouble. You're going to be the ones that are targeted. You're going to be the ones you think, oh, they targeting all communities. They ain't targeting no communities. Your government, they're not going to target communities. They're going to target individuals. That's why I said that much as they talk about the Arabs, you'll never see them going up in the Arab community, busting them, making their women get out of cars and stuff, like shooting them. You don't see that. You don't see that with nobody other than black people. And y'all, some of y'all are some of the most law-abiding people, the people that pay your taxes. You have your crime and things like that, but they'll call you the super predators because, again, you're not a real community. You can't take care of yourself. They don't want you having to depend upon them. They don't want you to have to depend upon them. They don't want you having to go to and drain on the economy. And that's what they're looking at. We're trying to build an economy. We're trying to build a community. This is what we're working for in the Republic of MENTELLECT. We don't want to drain the economy. We want to work. We want to work together collectively. That's not the mentality of black people. So like I said, y'all in trouble. That's why a lot of you Negroes, you crying about Donald Trump. You crying about Donald Trump because you was looking to Hillary to give you a handout. You was looking to Hillary to give you some more welfare and WIC, and of course she's gonna give you some Planned Parenthood. That was the plan, to give you black women abortions, more abortions. get your men sterilized, all that. That's the handout. That's the help she was going to give you. You understand? Like they doing all over the planet, like they're doing in Africa. They're going to have the population down in Africa in a huge sweep in a minute. They're going to have the population down in Africa, all over that continent. All those viruses, they plan on new viruses being released, killing off some more people. They want that land, man. America will be in Africa. They'll be heavily in Africa. A lot of you Negroes want to go back to Africa. You're going to get your chance to go back. A lot of you going to get your chance to go back in the military, in the army, because you're not going to just go in the Middle East. You're going to be in Africa, too. And you're going to be watching your so-called African brothers and sisters get their ass whooped, thrown in jail. You understand? You're going to be over there in Africa, too. They want all of that. The elites want everything. They want America to be the battering ram for going in these other countries. They're going to use America. The elites are going to use Donald Trump and America as a battering ram to run through the damn doors of all these countries and take their stuff. You understand? And set their troops up there. This is why they got him there. Like I said, you can't take a woman seriously when it comes to war. You can't. Sorry, you can't take a woman seriously. They're not going to take her seriously. So at the last moment, and at the stroke of 12 or whatever, they said, nah, we can't have this. We can't have her in here. We need to make this strong push for the future. We need to make this strong push into these different countries where we get a real super foothold. We can't let China and all these countries get a hold of it. You know, they already got their hands in Haiti. They got their hands in parts of Africa and things like that. They said we can't let this happen. America got to get our hands in there. We got to put our hands in these places, man. We got to get our hands in there. We got to put our hands deep in there, man. And Hillary's not the one to get her hands dirty. She's not the one to put her hands in there and be aggressive like that. She can try to act like it, but she's a woman, and nobody's going to take her seriously. Even in the international world of business, they're not going to take a woman seriously. They're not going to do that. Hell, even in England, they made sure they went from the prime minister, the woman, and the queen. They had to go and get a man to be in the front. They had to go and get Tony Blair. They had to put a man in front. You understand that? They had to put a man in front. At a time of war, when you're trying to revitalize your country, when you're about to go in, you're about to get your military stacked up, get your weapons stacked up, get your economy, your inner economy straightened out. They don't got time to play. They don't got time to play. 912.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, man. I just got on. Man, I think the election of Donald Trump is a great thing for these Negroes. It's really a wake up call. It's a blessing in disguise. Is what I call it. I mean, if anything, it's time for you all to unite in your communities or whatever. I mean, particularly when. I mean, these Negroes, bottom line, these Negroes were just too comfortable with these goddamn Clintons. And with Trump in office, you already know what you're going to get. So it's time for these Negroes to band together and do something, you know? Like these niggas on Facebook today running around and crying. I'm like, y'all acting like these fucking rednecks and hillbillies acting, you know, in 08 and 2012 when Obama got it off.
Yeah.
Basically, I'll just switch roles.
Yeah, because they got this mentality. They had this mentality where they think Hillary Clinton was going to really do something for them. Yeah, she's going to do something for you, all right. She's definitely going to do something. She's going to have your women in the damn abortion clinics and have your sons getting sterilized when they get locked up. That's what she was going to have for you. You understand? She was going to do exactly what Donald Trump was going to do. So, but she wouldn't. Like I said, she didn't have the look for it to do it. So they had to get him. So, And like you said, it is the best. It's the best thing that could have ever happened to black people right now. Because I appreciate, if anybody gonna be in office, he'd be better to me. He's better than Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton. Because at least he real with it. At least he real with it. I could respect that. I could respect somebody being a black devil or a white devil. I could respect that rather than them coming and trying to be your brother, calling themselves your brother, trying to call yourself their friend. I don't respect that. I respect a black devil or a white devil or a she-devil being a damn devil. You know, I had that experience before in my life, many a time. You know, so I respect that. You know.
You seen his 100-day plan?
Say again now?
Seen his 100-day plan?
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't. What is the 100-day plan? What is it?
I guess that's what. No, I haven't seen it either. One of my friends was just, he texted me said I need to check it out. I was just wondering if you had seen it.
I'm pretty sure it's /Section 8 /welfare /WIC / I'm pretty sure it's / all that stuff / your crazy checks for your kids / all that. I'm pretty sure it's something like it's gonna go a little something like that.
Man, that's good, man. That's a great thing, man. I love it, man. I honestly, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't care. Like I said, whatever. It's whatever. I roll with the punches, man. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing to me. I roll with the punches.
Yeah, y'all went out here getting boom, just talking about this God plan and Jesus plan, and okay, we're gonna see what Jesus do when they cut off his wick and all this other shit.
Yeah. Hey, you know, like I said. You know, let's see what Minister Farrakhan do for you. Like I said, he says he's doing all these million-man marches and gatherings. I want to see if they'll let them do that again in Washington. If they have a problem with it. They probably will. You know what I'm saying?
But with the million-man march, what I'm curious about is Farrakhan, his home base is in Chicago, and with all the chaos going on there, like going to D.C. to have a pep rally.
Hey, man. You know. It is what it is.
Does that
like I said, that's a Masonic move, man. That was all Mason. That's Masonry.
I agree with what you're saying, but what I just said, that don't make a damn lick of sense. If Chicago is your home base, why you ain't got the fruit of Islam out in the streets of Chicago?
They don't want to be out there. Not like that. You got too much. Like I said, you got too many elements out there. Like I said, it's no money to be made and trying to clean them Negroes up in Chicago. Like I said, they go out to D.C., have a love-in. You know, like I said, at the next one, I wonder what they're gonna have to say about this here with Donald Trump in office now. So, or will he even allow them to have another million-man march out there? He probably will. You know, there ain't no threat to nothing.
All right, cool. Well, man, you can mute me, man. I'll keep listening.
All right, brother. All right.
All
right. We're going to play a little bit of music, and we shall be right back. All right, we're going to take a call. Okay. 504.
Yes. This is Philando from Louisiana.
Okay, how you doing, brother?
All right, I was calling to ask the question. With this seeing this 9/11, 911, they had the emergency and they put everybody on lockdown. Down here on this plane, everything is a mirror reflection. So they are now saying President 11. So that's a mirror reflection of 9/11. Just the total opposites, that polarity. So I guess I'm asking the question. You're saying that World War III, which it is coming because down here in third dimension, everything happens in threes. But it's the mother, the father, the child, birth, life, and death, so to speak. So yes, that's one to ask the question more about that, about martial law that is coming into play, and about the harmonized beings and these extraterrestrials in which I have seen. You understand what I'm saying? I had a few contacts. The beings is down here on the planet right now, so to speak, and the clearing and the opening of the way.
That's real. That's very real. Like I said, a lot of people don't want to see that because they so distracted and focused on this. They worrying about what's now instead of what's coming next. Why is this all happening? Because it's all being done, right, to open up something else. Like I said, the end of something is the beginning of something else. So they worrying so much about the end instead of the new beginning. So, you know.
Yeah, and in 2014, that's when my third eye had opened up and I raised my Merkaba. And when you see on the other side, beyond the veil, like paranormal experiences and, spiritual experiences, man, it seemed like we was under attack. Everything seemed like a war. Like helicopter was everywhere. People was walking around lost, confused, like they was rats in the maze. I was like, look, it's like I was standing back and I was watching everything, and people was lost. And those people that you're saying that's going to take the hit, those are the ones that's not on the frequency. So they there to take the hit for us. Like you said, the bright race, those of us that's moving with that energy, that vibration, and that's on that frequency.
Well, the bright race is only going to be gathered in the Republic of MENTELLECT. It's not going to be nobody outside the Republic of MENTELLECT. The bright race, the Ammonites, are only dealing with the people in the Republic of MENTELLECT. This is the 144,000 that's being gathered. There's no us other than in the Republic of MENTELLECT. So I tell all my people, the ones of my people who say they are of the bright race, join the Republic of MENTELLECT because the community is going to be saved, not for no individuals. Black people are still individuals, and black people are the ones who are walking around who are lost and dazed and confused, and those are the ones, like you said, who are not on that tone, not on that frequency, not on that state of transmission. They're going to be destroyed. That's why they going crazy over Donald Trump right now, and they wanted Hillary Clinton. And like I said, it shows you that they off because they don't know it's all the same thing. You keep telling these Negroes, look, man, it don't matter. It's the same thing. Whether it's Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, the same people that's presenting these two people to you. So I'm like, why do you think your vote counts? It don't count. The things that are going on around you are things that must come to pass. These things must surely come to pass so that the elect can come forward. All this has to be cleared out. It's too much degeneracy here. It's too much people who are not going to evolve. So they got to be moved out of the way, man. Simple as that.
Yeah, and I like what you said earlier about 5 plus 4 is not 4 plus 5 is 9, and that's the end, and the end of a old regime and the coming of a new. It seemed like they planned out that whole Bible mythology in Revelation where they say Gabriel or something will sound a trumpet. So I'm saying it's trumpet or trump is that spiritual symbol that everybody not picking up on. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. I was about to bring that up next about the trumpet and Trump. It's all the same thing. The Trump card, it's all telling you the trumpet represents the blowing that they do when they're about to go to war. Like they had a dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Remember I used to blow the trumpet, I used to show you? So they put Trump in there because all this is symbolic.
Mm-hmm.
You know? This is all symbolic of the opening of World War III because, like you said, everything has to come in threes. And so a lot of our people are going to go and they're going to die in World War III. A lot of your children, that's why I said this is the last generation, because a lot of your babies who were born in the 90s and the early 2000s, the ones who listen to this degenerate-ass music, the ones who sitting around smoking weed, popping mollies, getting tattooed up, they're going to die, man. They're going to die. They already died. Why you think back in Florida you had these white men, these older white men putting these young Negroes to death, man? They playing that damn that trap music and all that other stuff, blasting that music. Like I said, they putting the youth to death. Trayvon Martin, what's the kid, the big kid? What's his name? Mike Brown. What was his name? Not Mike Brown. What's the kid? The big kid's name?
Oh, the one that got choked.
Yeah. No, not Mike. Not the one that just choked. The one that got shot. The one who got was in the store. Huh?
Was it Officer Turner?
Yeah, I forget which one it was. The kid that got. They said the cop, he's a teenager, the one who was pulled off the. I guess it was Mike Brown. I don't know. I forgot what his name is. But like I said, you're going to see an attack on the youth because the youth, black youth, they got the crosshair on them. They are what Hillary Clinton was talking about, the young super predators. You know what I'm saying? And Jay-Z, you know, Jay-Z, I'm going to just say, nigga, you sat up here and you was rhyming and talking about selling drugs at the damn Hillary Clinton thing, and she basically crafted things for guys who like your kind of music, who were talking about hustling and selling drugs, and you basically set up here and coon for her just so you and your woman coon for her, and she was sitting up here, her husband was passing laws to get guys like you and guys like you who like your music and who in that life getting that money, getting locked up, man. And this nigga is in there singing a rap song about selling drugs. And so that's the mentality right there, man. That's why they got to go. You know,
right.
They got to go. Now, not Oscar Grant. Yeah, him too. But the other kid, Mike, I get not what is it, the one who got shot. No. I guess it's Mike Brown. It's Mike Brown. It's Mike Brown. You know, I guess that's Mike Brown. So yeah, the one, like I said, it's an attack on the youth. That's an attack on the youth because, like I said, that this is the last generation right here. So the ultimate attack on the youth is going to be just to send them to the military or lock them up in the prison industrial complex. That's going to be the ultimate attack on black youth. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the ultimate and final attack on black youth. You know, it's quicker than having the police shoot you down. It's quicker than having, you know, them lock you up and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They could just, you know, Donald Trump will be like, hey, you know, you guys are shooting these kids, and we could use them in the military. We could send them to military school, send them to the military, let them go out there and start maneuvers and stuff like that. That's how Donald Trump going to do. You know, because he's from New York. He's from New York. And it's no coincidence that they elected a president, and this guy's from New York. He got all his Trump towers, his Trump, all this stuff is here in New York. You know what I'm saying? So he's basically a New Yorker. Okay, they elected a New Yorker because they figure New York is like the mecca of the one considered one of the greatest cities on earth. Where I'm from, I'm here, and you know, him having this ability to know New York. He done been around black people, if you notice, been around Russell Simmons and all them kind of people. So Donald Trump know how to be around niggas. He know that. He know how to be around niggas. He know how to, you know, he interact with them black reverends and all that. He was doing that for a reason, man. He was doing it because he knew he was going to make this move, and he wanted to know how the mindset of black people. That's why he had Omarosa around him and all that. He wanted to get the black woman. I wouldn't be surprised he laying up with her. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted to be around black people because he wanted to get that feel of it and whatnot because his policies are going to affect these Negroes, man.
Yeah, you talking about New York. It seems like New York, they call it the Big Apple. You know, the apple, the throat chakra is representation symbolic of the throat chakra. But I had a question about this acronym where they say that everything is hidden within plain sight. Occultism, with we saying that the almond beings are over here in the United States. They're not in the diaspora because nobody else on the planet is talking over here or moving away. The beings are over here in the United States. See, they say America. Is that an acronym for Amen, Ra, and Ka, the spirit of Amen?
Yeah. Yep. That means that's really where the almond race is going to raise up here in the Americas, man. The elected, the 144,000 are going to raise up in America, or what we call America. They're going to raise up here, man. And the elected being gathered here. And it's in the Republic of MENTELLECT. That's where they being gathered at. They ain't being gathered no place else. Man, forget these Pan-African niggas. Forget these Israelites. Forget these Christians, these Muslims, man. They lost in the matrix, man. They still talking about that. They ain't dealing with the future, man. If you ain't dealing with the future, you ain't dealing with Amen and the future, man, then you're not of the bright race, man. They still black, man. They not nowhere near it.
Right.
You know, that's it. Yeah.
Well, all right, brother. I appreciate the bill, man. Peace and love.
All right. Okay, we got 9 minutes. Yeah, so you got to learn to watch the signs, man. The signs are right in front of your face. It made sense for them to select and elect Donald Trump. Like I say, at one point, it was going to be Hillary Clinton, but obviously they had to get Donald Trump because they had to kick this war, and they're going to have to start kicking things up. They have to start speeding it up. You know, so they got to speed it up. Hillary Clinton, she would have did her whole 4 years without any war in sight. She wasn't going to be the one. They would have probably opened up World War III after her term, just to say they had a woman president. But they had to, she had to get the bump. She got to get bumped out out the seat after she passed out and things like that. And they know she's sick. You understand? They covering up. They ain't gonna say. So she had to get bumped to the side. Because they need somebody. Need a warrior president. They need a warrior, somebody who talk big words. The leopard does all the roaring and the roaring like a leopard, or like a, you know what I'm saying, doing the roar. And where's Trump? Always yelling, always screaming, always pointing and whatnot, always being boisterous, being aggressive. You understand? They need that. They need that to boost the testosterone, so to speak, of this society. The men and the testosterone, because they need to send you to the military. They need your kids in the military. You understand? They need them in the military. They're gonna be in your high schools, and they're gonna be in your high schools. Like I said, when they had Steve Harvey, when he did that thing, where he had all this thing for the so-called, this so-called mentoring program on his ranch for black men, for young black men, who was there, the military recruiters. Now you doing a mentoring thing for young black men. Why you got military recruiters on your ranch? See, he part of it too, man. Them guys is part of it, man. Them guys are all part of it, man. You understand? They all part of it. They all going to be working in unison, especially a lot of you black reverends and whatnot who Donald Trump gave money to, man. Especially a lot of you guys who Donald Trump gave money to, you black reverends. He gave money to you guys. And he promised you something. He promised you. And y'all sold out. A lot of you niggas don't sell out, man. But you going to fall with him. But it's all prophecy. It's all prophecy. It's all prophecy in this day and time. The elect are coming forward again. The new dynasty will be built. The elect have to come forward again. You know what I'm saying? The end has to come. We have to come to the end in order for a new beginning to open up. Things have to get bad before they get better. And like I said, for you Negroes in the next world, as we're coming into the next world, it ain't gonna be the next world, the new world, with you coming in there with you smoking weed. You ain't gonna be able to come into the new world smoking blunts. You ain't gonna be able to come into the new world with your pants hanging off your ass. Your woman ain't gonna be able to come into the new world being a whore and a slut. You know what I'm saying? And laying up with everything, being all tattooed up. You ain't gonna be able to come into the next world like that, man. Because you're going to see that behavior get destroyed, man. You're going to see that in the hoods where you had all this degenerate behavior going on. You guys going to be locked up on the street. Y'all going to be locked up out the street, man. You understand? A lot of you guys, a lot of you demons, you black demons, you white demons, a lot of you got to be put to death, man. A lot of you got to be locked up in cages. A lot of you got to go to military, go to war and die in the desert, man. So, like I said, if Armin uses Donald Trump and uses the elite to accomplish that, then hail Armin, man. I ain't against it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not boo-hooing about it. It's a good thing. Good. It's good, because now you're going to get your wake-up call. You're going to see all them people you looked up to, all them niggas in the hood that you looked up to that was selling all the drugs, listening to that garbage-ass music, tattooing themselves up. They're going to be they're going to be in World War III dying, man. They need to get up out their neighborhoods, man. They're going to stop being able to populate and make babies all over the place, man. Maybe your daughters can stop get their ass out the abortion clinic because they ain't going to have nobody to lay up with. Like I said, they can stop bumping up against each other. You understand? That all need to happen. All this degeneracy need to come to an end, man. So, like I said, the best way is because you ain't going to be able to spread that word through any God, any religion. You got to spread it through death, man. You got to spread it through death. And Donald Trump is the trumpet that's going to be blown to start the death toll, man. He's here to kill, man. He's here to kill. You understand? He's here to kill, like they did in World War II, to bring America to the forefront after 1945. They, like I said, then in 1948, the Jews got Israel 3 years later. You understand that? All this is prophecy, man. This is all prophecy. This is all prophecy. Close with these questions. Why was Donald Trump really elected as president, and who is the chairman of America? Donald Trump was elected because they're going to go into war. He's going to take the country into war. He's a war president. He's going to be the war president. The Rothschilds Evelyn Rothschild, one of them. They're the chairmen of America. They're the chairmen. Why did Hillary Clinton lose? Because she's sick. They took the election from her. They swapped her out for Donald Trump. They was gonna let her win until she fell out and passed out. Then Donald Trump turned around and said, "See, I'm healthy." Why was she supposed to be president? Yeah, they was gonna make her president, but they had to speed up this war thing and they had to hurry it up. So they couldn't let her go in there because they knew the generals and all of them, and for the world view, they couldn't have a woman in charge of sending troops out there to fight because nobody was gonna take her seriously. Does the American public know what's going on? No, they do not. They do not have a clue. Not one clue whatsoever. What will the future look like in the next 4 years? Expect a lot of changes. Expect a lot of programs to be cut. Expect a lot of death. A lot of war, getting ready for the war. And that's it. Join us Friday night for the next MENTELLECT radio broadcast where we're going to talk about the coming forward of Amun's kingdom on earth. And on Saturday, we're going to be talking about those spiritual sluts. But on Friday, join us at 9 o'clock, same place, bringing down the kingdom of Amun on earth. I am the intellectual Nuben MENKARAYZZ. This has been MENTELLECT Radio. Good night.
It's the Republic of MENTELLECT, rising out the black race to the white race, out the black race to the white race. It's the Republic of MENTELLECT, black race to the white race. If it's hell, Amun, then it's hell us. They tried everything just to spell us. Fed us religion.